We are shifting our focus back to that crucial debate, the Hyderabad rape case where a minor was raped on the 28th of May in the city of Hyderabad that had sent shockwaves across the country. I have limited time. Tara, I'm coming to you. The kind of details that my colleague Swastika was pointing out a few minutes ago, where all these minors hatched a conspiracy. It was a pre-planned move. The manner in which they assaulted the victim, made a video, circulated it. It's a very difficult task for the law enforcement agencies to decide how to deal with these minors, keeping in mind that these are people coming in from very influential families and political backgrounds. Tara.
Yeah, I think inconsistency is our name of the game, unfortunately. If you recall the previous case about a couple of years ago in Hyderabad where the accused were, quote, encountered without even trial, we don't even know if they were actually the perpetrators, right? We must remember that the people accused are just that. They are the accused. And the due process of the law must take its course, and that is the only guaranteed journey to justice. The only guaranteed journey to justice is actually following the due process of the law, no matter if the perpetrators, alleged perpetrators, are influential or not, regardless of who they are and their background, and similarly for the victim.
What's your take, Tara? I mean, when it comes to minors of this age, between 16 to 18, and it's a heinous crime like a gang rape, what is the sort of approach that one should take? Because we have precedents on both the sides, on instances where courts have taken a rather reformative approach, and examples where the court has said that no, we need to try them as adults.
I have great respect for the law that considers bail the norm, and the law that considers juveniles on a case-to-case basis, because there are specific cases of heinous crimes that are excruciatingly well planned and wonder how you can treat such people as children. On the other hand, you have cases where it isn't the case, and we must defer to the experts of the law in deciding on a case-by-case basis whether a set of juvenile crime should be treated as such or to be treated as adult crimes. I would not sit here and say that such we are really brinkmanship. There's both political brinkmanship and citizens baying for blood, and this is exactly what happened 2 years ago. Ended up in an encounter, and then you don't even know if the people that were punished were actually the rapists are free, right? So I think we ought to dial down on how we think justice should be served, and actually let justice take its course, because
Tara, I agree that unnecessary sensationalism is not how we can help the cause of justice, especially when it comes to very sensitive matters. And more importantly, there is a need for informed debate. There is a need for stakeholders like you. Mr. Vikram Singh, I'm coming to you as one of the top officers who has seen the law and order machinery function. When it comes to minors like these, and especially the chilling details that we saw in the case of Hyderabad, minors to be tried as adults, what is your take on this proposition?
Firstly, I would like to compliment the police for a first class and a very professional investigation. The philosophy of any criminal jurisprudence is that if the minor is old enough and mature enough to understand the gravity of the offense, then he should be old enough to take the rap as an adult. Number two, I compliment them for moving to the court that yes, they should be treated like adults, and my 200% support to them. And also, they should be subjected to the fast track court. In the horrific age today, when the age of crime is decreasing day by day, it is time that everybody realized that there should be no mercy for those who commit this kind of a horrific offense. Well planned, well orchestrated, conspirational gang rape, making a video and then tampering with the evidence. I do hope the police incorporate section 201 of the IPC with tampering with the evidence also, and cancel their bail. Those who are on bail, their bail should be cancelled. They should go back to the reformatory or the reformation homes.
Mr. Bachu, Srinivas, I'm coming to you. This is a very important case for the state government. The opposition has been raising various questions, especially considering the fact that one of the accused is the son of an MLA, and these are accused, many of them come from influential political families. I want to know from you, your party is in power, what kind of help has been given to the victim so far? How has the state government and the law and order enforcement made sure that she's not under any kind of pressure? And with the accused out on bail, doesn't it raise further question over the propriety of the entire probe?
Very good evening, and I am very happy to join the panel. First of all, there is no any political influence or pressure that has proved that a big, massive report has submitted it to the court, and they interrogated, they investigated almost all 65 people, and our government respects the constitution and law. We would like to, they should be punished like anything. Our police people has written in that these people has to be punished as per the sections which are kept on that. So there is no kind of any support will be given from the government side or TRS party. TRS party will do the maximum justice to the victim who is there in this entire episode, in this thing. So there is no why oppositions are doing the protest, we don't know, because law will take its own course. The court has given the bail. It is no involvement of the government, has not involved in the giving bail or anything. Government cannot involve. They should realize that first, the political parties,
Mr.
the government
Srinivas, the demand is also such, and I'm sure the courts will also take note of this, that there should be a fast-track hearing of this matter. It should not go on for 4 to 5 years.
Yes.
And the fact that police has filed charge sheet in a time-bound manner, there should be a fast and a speedy trial of this case.
Even our police people are requested, even our IT minister and TRS working president, Mr. K.T. Ramarao, was also requested on behalf of government to the court that they should be treated as adults, and we are going to provide the fast track court from the government side. The case will be taken into the fast track courts, and the justice will come to the victim as soon as possible, what we promised from the government side.
All right. Tara, I'm coming to you for the last word as we are talking about this entire case. In your understanding, you rightly said that the due process of law should be followed. But the question here is that what is the sort of approach law should take? Keeping in mind that you have strict penal provisions, even in the case of juveniles between 16 to 18, there is a strict law that has been laid down. But incidents like these, especially where a crime not just has been planned, but they've taken a video, they are circulating it, they are conspiring, these kind of instances are only being reported more and more. Do you think there is a need for the law enforcement agencies, for the courts to set a stringent example, or perhaps reform, and that approach is the way going forward?
There is no question that the most stringent punishment under the law must be meted out to those that are convicted of this.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You know, not at the stage of being an accused, but at the stage of being convicted. The most stringent punishment under the law must be meted out, because this is unpardonable crimes that they have really committed. I don't know about reform. It is unclear that Indian jails and Indian penal system is even capable of reform. We have not seen evidence of that. Unfortunately, that's the tragic situation.
And I'm sorry I'm interrupting you there, Tara. You rightly said, and this was one of the observations that came in from one of the high courts as well, that perhaps jail should be the last resort. That's not where you can really reform people. Mr. Vikram Singh, Tara Krishnaswamy, Karam Komi Reddy and Bachu Srinivas, thank you everyone for joining us on the broadcast. We hope that there is a speedy trial, and whichever background the accused may hail from, justice is served to the victim in this case as well. With that, it's a wrap. Thank you.